I'm on a quest to find music and art. Supporting local talent is the place I start. Yeah, this is our culture, the place to be. Games, books, arts and crafts and jewelry. This the guardians of the geekery. 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 And now for today's episode of Guardians of the Geekery with your hosts, Matt, Carol, and Joey.
All right, Guardians of the Geekery Market edition. Just a quick reminder for everybody, because we don't want you to forget. How could you forget? A lot of people have this on their calendars a year in advance as soon as we release that date. So it's Geekery Market 2026, November 21st. That's a Saturday. And it is 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., 30,000 square feet of geeky goodness. And the only place we really could find to contain this insanity of geekiness was the Cabarrus Arena and Event Center. So it is free to get in. We are raising non-perishable food items. We'll be listing those as we go along here for Second Harvest Food Bank of the Carolinas. So still a lot of important work to do these days. So, but hey, we've got. No, you've never been with us, have you, Ellen?
I have actually, I think twice now, but that was under my old name. I used to do business under Elden Fragrances, but I rebranded over the past year.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I knew your face. Okay. But now you're fan favorite fragrances. Very cool.
Yeah, I finally decided to concede in the SEO war against Elden Ring.
Wise choice.
Probably a wise choice, yes.
Yeah, we've been through some of that before too. So yeah,
and it kind of opens up that you're not just Elden Fragrances. You're a whole group of fragrances based on different fandoms. So it really kind of gives you more opportunity as well. That was one of the challenges we had before we changed to Geekery Market, is people just assumed we were one fandom, and when that leader of that fandom became somewhat problematic, we were kind of like,
let's just back away.
It's time to change the name. So
yeah, we just found that the Matlock fans that was a little too narrow of a niche even for us. So we
well, now there's two Matlocks out there. You know, you could be a Kathy Bates fan or an Andy Griffin fan. It's really up to you. But yeah,
maybe a new project for us. Yeah.
So how long have you been doing the fragrances now, Ellen?
So as a business since 2017, as a hobby since I was about 8 years old.
Oh, wow. What inspired you at 8 to get involved in fragrances?
So it's kind of a funny story, actually. My parents had some friends who were professional fragrancers. They ran their own little shop. And at one point, they were visiting my parents, and it happened to be on my birthday, but I don't think they realized that. But they get there, and they're like, oh, shit, it's the kid's birthday. We got to give her something, or else we're the assholes. Quick, what do we have in the car? So I got like a little DIY kit from just their stock that they happen to be carrying with them.
Oh, nice.
I bet you were like the best smelling kid in elementary school.
Most intense smelling kid we'll go with. I'm not sure if best. Some of those early ones were pretty experimental.
I remember when I was in 3rd grade, there was a girl in my class that I think she took like every bottle of shampoo in her household and mixed it together to try to make a scent. And it wasn't.
Oh, did we go to the same school?
Yeah. And brought it to school, and we were all like, interesting.
Yep. Yeah, probably a good way of describing it.
Yeah. But I guess if you learn your mistakes early, you learn what you like and you don't like. So
exactly.
Has anything like shocked you? Have you like created a scent and then realized, oh, this is terrible? Or have you thought that you were going to create a terrible scent and ended up creating something wonderful?
Definitely both. I think the most recent, divisive one was Zoinks or Shaggy from my Scooby-Doo collection, because it definitely has that pot smell in it. It definitely has foodie scents, because I wanted to capture those crazy ham sandwiches. And it took a couple of tries because it did not work at first. Those did not smell good together.
Yeah, I can see that would not actually go well. Oh. How do you settle on a theme, or which comes first, the theme or the fragrance, I should say? Do you like create something and go, oh, this would be great for this collection?
Occasionally it will go the other direction. It's like I'll have somebody who does like a custom order, and so I'm experimenting with kitty. Sorry. Yeah, occasionally I'll have ones that like I'm just making as a one-off, and then I go, oh, that would actually also work really well for this theme. But usually it goes the other way, where I have a fandom or a character or a theme in mind, and then I'm specifically trying to capture that thing.
Ah.
Is a fragrance. I really love this one that I saw under the superheroes category, the Hawk guy.
Yeah.
Does that smell like a very musky, sweaty archer, or is that more of a
It is more of a clean scent. It's got some like Coney Island popcorn in there because he's got that carnival background. It's got like some kind of beeswax and amber notes that I was trying to like capture some bow resin, that kind of thing.
Oh, that's very creative. I like that. That's good.
Thank you.
We need to create the first.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Matt?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Think of the Hawkeye character. Definitely didn't never look like he actually sweat. He was cool.
I don't think you want to bottle Hawkeye sweat.
Yeah, a lot of the characters, if I were being very authentic, most of them would just smell like sweat and dirt.
Would be sweat and leather. That's true. Sweat and latex.
Oh, exactly.
Ew.
So when did you decide to make your hobby a business, or did it just become just something that you flowed into naturally, where it's just like, well, I got these scents, I might as well sell them?
Pretty much the latter, yeah. It was, definitely started off small, just occasional, like much smaller scale craft markets and that kind of thing. But as the years have gone by, it's definitely pushed more and more to the forefront of what I'm focusing on.
And do you do anything other than perfume, or is perfume just your main thing right now?
Perfume thing. I also do a couple of like related things, like I do custom scented jewelry and stationery, which is pretty easy to make on site. Like I always bring the components with it to markets, and then people can choose out which paper they like and then which scents, and then I can just scent it right there for them. Same thing for the jewelry. They can pick out which charms they like, which colors, and then which scent they want to go with it.
When you scent jewelry, how long does that scent typically last before it fades away?
So the jewelry is actually interesting because it's, rather than the jewelry itself being scented, it's a little bottle of the scent incorporated into a necklace. And so that's usually what I offer to people who really like the scent, but their partner has allergies, or they work in an office where they're not allowed to wear perfumes. So they have just this little bottle of scent that they can carry with them around their neck, open it up, sniff it, and close it again. So yeah, it lasts pretty much forever until you pour it out.
So it's a little bit like smelling salts. So when you're at a con, you can have that bottle under your nose. When you smell your fellow con mates. No, that's great.
Handy for elevator encounter.
Yeah,
because elevators are enclosed spaces.
And that was actually going to be one of my questions. Is obviously, I used to love wearing different scents, and I found a bottle of perfume that I really liked, and I wore it for a long, long time. But then over the years, obviously, your chemistry makeup changes. All of a sudden, a scent that once smelled good on you and good to you doesn't have quite the same smell anymore. And then trying to find that balance of a good scent that's not going to be overpowering or overwhelming to those around you, because there's a lot more scent allergies, it seems, than before. So, but it sounds like this jewelry is definitely a way that you've kind of found for people to still be able to have that good smell without necessarily being overwhelming to others. So
Exactly. Yeah. It's a little piece that you can carry with you without having to have it on you, which also, like you said, helps mitigate that skin chemistry issue where if you love it in the bottle, but it just does not work on your skin, now you can still enjoy it.
yeah.
I
How
love
much do
it.
you how much do you find it deviates in the bottle and on the skin? Because I know a lot of perfume that I've like smelled at tables going, wow, that's wonderful. I'll put it on me and I'm like, not so wonderful anymore. What did I do to it? What did I do to it? Is that
Yeah, no,
common?
it is hugely variable. It's so personal. Like everything is going to smell a little bit different on everybody. And then some people just, something about your skin chemistry, about its makeup just does not work with the core components. So everything almost distorts that way. And it can be super frustrating.
Yeah, I know part of it too is like what you wash your skin with and then put on there because that, like what soap you use or whatever can absorb into your skin and that can impact how a scent
It
lays on
can, yeah.
there. So, but yeah, absolutely. Well, I know you said you had brought, I know you're traveling, so I appreciate that you were able to make the time to speak with us, but talk to us a little bit about or show us a few of your different things and kind of talk us through maybe some of your more popular scents and maybe some of your newer scents that you've recently come upon.
Sure, yeah. So what did I grab? I sort of grabbed just a random assortment on my way out the door. This is one of the, there we go, one of the newer ones, not the newest, because I think the newest line's the Steven Universe and the Scooby-Doo ones, but this was Darkness from my Elemental collection, which I kind of made as sort of a crossover between Pokemon and Avatar or anything that uses like those classical four elements plus some variations. So like I did the earth, air, fire, water, then I did light and darkness, and then ice and electricity.
Oh,
And
wow.
that one's darkness is one of my personal favorites because it's really like dark, obviously, but also almost kind of foodie gourmet scent. It's got like notes of like deep Turkish mocha, some like deep plums, and then a little bit of violet on it that kind of helps lighten it up a tiny bit.
How do you create the recipes for this? Is it just trial and error? Because it seems like so
Lots and lots
much.
of trial and error.
I
Like I
just
usually
envision
start with
you
a
over a
really
cauldron, like a little of this, a little of that, a little of this.
like, it's not too far off. Kind of more than a test tube and a cauldron, but pretty close. A lot of times I'll start with like a super long written list of just like, here's all of the notes I can possibly think of that might work in this. And then I'll get most of those out and just kind of start narrowing down just by snipping them one by one and going, maybe not this one. Get the list knocked down a little bit further and then start combining them and just go from there.
Wow,
Is there
it's
something that you
alchemy.
do to cleanse your nasal passages between smells so that you don't think it smells like one thing and then realize, oh no, that was from the last batch that I made?
So, a secret perfumer hack, super gross tip, but smelling your own armpit is actually the best way to re-neutralize your nose because you're so used to your own scents that it just kind of acts as an instant palate cleanser. The coffee bean thing that like they always put in like Bath and Body Works or whatever doesn't actually do much, but smelling your own scent actually kind of zaps it right back to zero.
Wow. I had no idea. So when Mary Catherine Gallagher and SNL would go like this and then go like this, she didn't know.
She
She
was
didn't
just
know.
resetting her nose.
She was resetting her nose.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. And then I know you were at the Geekery Market as Elden Fragrances. When was the last time was that? Was that 2023 when we came back after COVID or
I think so. Yeah. I have the worst time blindness. So if it was more than 6 months ago, I'm just like, yeah, it was at some point. But yeah, it was the past few years, I
you've
think.
not
So
been to the
2023 sounds right-ish.
you've not been to Cabarrus, then you've just been to the Queen's University Sports
Yeah.
Arena. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I definitely remember that.
Yeah. So on our list of vendors, we do have you as new because if you haven't come to the new location, then there's a bunch of people
Yeah,
who come to our event that haven't seen you. So, and obviously with the new name too, they wouldn't
Yeah.
necessarily connect that
exactly.
all
Kind
together.
of a fresh start.
Yeah. Um, And then what are some of the new scents that you're dying this year? Is that, I know you said did I hear you say Steven Star? Did you
Steven
say
Universe?
Steven Universe?
Is there
Yeah.
Steven Universe?
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, those are my two newest lines, are Crystal Gems and Those Meddling Kids. And so for Crystal Gems, I've got, let's see if I can do this all by memory. The big three, of course, being Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl. And then I also did Lapis, Peridot. I know I had 8 total. Rose Quartz, obviously. Bismuth. How many is that? 7? Who am I forgetting? Jasper. And then for Those Meddling Kids, I've got Zoinks, Jinkies, Jeepers, Let's Split Up Gang, and Rutro.
Oh, cool.
Love it. Love it.
So is Rutro the Scooby smell? Does it smell like wet
Yep.
dog?
Does it smell like wet
So
dog?
there's a little bit of animal musk in there, but it mostly actually smells like graham cracker, because for a lot of them, I was inspired by like those 90s Scooby snacks. So like Scooby-Doo had those like Teddy Graham type cookies.
Yes.
And then all the others had different flavored gummies.
Oh, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. I was like, yeah, graham crackers. I could see that. But yeah, the Scooby snacks right there. Oh, that must be fun, just to try to come up with what things would smell like. I'm interested in like, okay, amethyst, so that's purple. Would you go with like lilac and lavender scents because it's purple, like, is that, or, yeah.
That was an element, yeah. So like it does have lavender and then kind of some sugary lemon chiffon scents, because I was trying to go for more of like a playful, silly angle with that one to kind of capture the character. And then again, kind of similar to the elemental line, sort of trying to have my cake and eat it too and go both ways. I was also trying to capture like the more literal crystal side of things for, crystal people who want to come in and be like, oh, I really love amethyst the stone. So I wanted to capture some of those like properties that are more associated with that, of like calming and soothing while at the same time being lighthearted and playful.
Yeah. I used to have those linen sprays to spray on my pillow, and like eucalyptus and spearmint and mint and lavender, because it does help you, like, it's a sensory thing, but it does kind of help calm your nerves. And as a kid, my favorite smell was jasmine. I just loved that. But I think it was more because of that 70s song, blowing through the jasmine of my mind, Like, I immediately wanted to know what jasmine smelled like because of that song. So, but I enjoyed it, so that was good. So, but yeah, it's definitely that. So you could always, along with the scented paper, come up with like scented sachets you can stick in your pillowcase, right? So that people.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh. You do custom scents too, right, Ellen?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, there's a customization process that I kind of go through with like a bit of a forms fill out and then sort of a one-on-one interview to kind of figure out what you're trying to capture, and then just sort of iterate from there.
That would be
That's
fun.
cool. And if they want to do that custom fragrance, where do they find that form?
So it'll be on my website, fanfavoritefragrances.com. If you scroll down a little bit, it's got like all of the sections for the different collections, and then there's a whole banner just for custom scents.
Some sauce.
How many different scents do you feel like you have on your shelves at any given time, whether it be the flavors themselves? Do you call it flavors, scents?
Yeah.
Yeah, the notes, and then how many different, like, when you go to a fair or a market like ours, how many different scents are you bringing with you?
So the number kind of snuck up on me because it was gradually growing for a while there, and then I just recently did the math after these 2 newest lines. I have 72 different unique scents at this point.
Wow.
And I had bringing like different sizes of all of them. So I can show you 3 different sizes that I do them in.
Oh,
I just dropped them off the keyboard. Yes. But yeah, so there's the 3 different sizes, and I was having at least one of each different scent. So I realized that is how fast that I'm packing every single market. So I've actually restructured it slightly so that I can still bring all 72 different scents, but I bring them in these bigger bulk containers that I've started making, and then just empty bottles of the right size. So instead of having to have one of everything, I can just bottle them on the spot.
That's
smart. That's the way to do it. Yeah.
That's very smart. Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen where people have done that, and that's good because also too, then you're not carrying as many of the smaller bottles. You can just carry what you would typically sell at a market plus 20% if you're, in case the market goes way great. But, and then
I don't have to do all that predictive math now.
Yes. Okay, so how do you package everything together so it doesn't break and become like you're accidentally opening a portal to a new world?
That's also why I changed systems, because these big bottles that I use now are plastic. And so all I have to worry about is leaks instead of breakage. So I just have to make sure I pack them sitting straight up so they don't shift around in the car. And then the little glass bottles, when they're empty, they're much more resistant to destruction than when they're full. So I can just literally grab a massive Ziploc bag of them all jumbled together instead of having to pack them so carefully and worrying about spills and breaking and all that.
Understood. What is a misconception that you deal with a lot of time when people come up to your booth and ask you about your scents, etc.?
So, and this one, it's also another reason that I did the rebranding, apart from just the name. I used to have a lot of people who thought that I was doing essential oils, because the old branding was kind of more in that spa, natural kind of vibe. So with the rebrand, I went for much more the bright comic booky, like, this is obviously just for fun kind of colors. But before that, a lot of people would come up and think that they were, okay, we need this one for anxiety and this one for balance or whatever. When I'm just like, no, they're here to smell fun. If they also do other things, that's not what they're
for. You're a perfumist, not an apothecary, right?
Yes, there you go. I'm sorry. We kind of glitched there.
Oh my goodness!
Watching the video.
Yeah, I have my dog is so when we record, Matt is in one room and I'm in another, and this stresses out my dog because she's very much a herder. So she's like, you're supposed to both be in the same room at the same time. So part of what I'm doing
Bless you.
is trying to keep my dog calm while also paying attention, while also trying not to sneeze, and also trying to determine how many snacks will keep her quiet. And when you said that Scooby word, her ears perked up. Jinky,
that's awesome.
What you did. We have got videos where I say that TREAT word, and all of a sudden her ears just perk up, and she's like, "What?" So I think she got distracted by your mystery machine line. So
yeah, my dog's definitely a herder too. I've got two partners. There's three of us in the house, and we don't tend to spend a lot of time in the same room. We're kind of off in our separate zones a lot. So she is constantly just going around door to door to door, like, get back here, get back here. No, you get back here.
Yep. And there's definitely a certain time of day where she's like, you're supposed to be upstairs now. This is the time you're upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
And so usually if we're in different rooms, Matt's like in his office, which is 6 steps up, but the door's open, so she can lie at the top of the stairs between the two of us and kind of check it out. Yeah, but yeah, she gets very picky. So sorry for the glitch there. That was me. And are you sharing a table too? I know in the past you have. I couldn't remember.
I don't remember how we applied. I know my best friend is also going to be there. I don't remember if we signed up for the same table or separate ones, but she's with Dandelion Smiles.
Yeah, for the same one. And so she has the inspiration bags with little trinkets in it, like a shell to remind you to listen to your inner voice. So that'll be kind of fun that people could pick out a scent to remind them of something and then a trinket bag to go with it. And then you could stick the scented jewelry inside the trinket bag, and you have the whole thing to go along.
Or get a personalized fragrance.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we're always joining forces like that. She's got such good stuff. Those trinket bags were actually inspired by ones that her grandmother used to make for her. And so she's got this whole chart of like you said, the shelf to listen to your inner voice. I think there's like a key to remind you to unlock your heart, just cute little puns like that. There's so many different things you can add to them.
Yeah. And so we have both you and your fellow table mate, Dandelion Smiles, on the website. So where they are not on the call today, make sure that you go, if you go to geekerymarket.com, you'll see a list of vendors. We call them artisans or sellers, and you'll be able to actually go and see all the fragrances that Ellen has. You'll be able to see all the little trinket bags with Dandelion Smiles, and also be able to check out other vendors that are going to be selling at our show. So you could start to make your shopping list right away. And if people wanted to order a custom scent, how much time in advance do you typically like to have if they wanted to pick up something special for the show?
It depends on how complex they're going for, but usually turnaround time is about 6 weeks from that first interview to when we finalized one that we both like.
So, go on the website now. That way you can kind of work with her. And if there's a special scent you want to do for somebody for the holiday season, you could get that all ready and have it so that you could pick it up at the show. So
yeah,
make sure that you do that. And like I said, they'll be able to go to geekerymarket.com. Also in the show notes for this, we'll have a listing of where to find you. But for anybody who's curious and doesn't want to wait until they get back and can check their computer, where's a good place for them to find you if they want to find you on their phone?
So my website is going to be the best place, fanfavoritefragrances.com. I am also on Blue Sky and on Tumblr.
Awesome. Well, Ellen, we are so excited to have you back again under the new name, and we can't wait for you to see the new venue. So much room for activities. But we are, 10-foot aisles, no more little 5-foot aisles where everybody's kind of like, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. So, but we're so excited to have you back again. Please go and check out her site and show her some love. And remember, the nice thing when you're ordering from somebody who's local is you can find out all the ingredients that are in there. They can tell you what scents exactly they use. So if you've got allergens and different things like that, it sounds like you've already thought of some different solutions so that they will know exactly how to operate. So can't wait to see you. It's getting closer every day. It's crazy. We're almost out of the 3-digit mark until the show.
Yeah.
So thank you again, Ellen, and it was good to see you.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
That was an episode of Guardians of the Geekery. Thank you for listening. Check us out at guardiansofthegeekery.com and stay tuned for more content.